Hey there.
We need a metric ton of power to get this to work. Everything's got to be on the same power grid. Otherwise, the machine won't work. We need a metric ton of power to get this to work.
that last number? The smooth sound of
Hey, man.
Diamond City Radio.
Need help with the signal interceptor?
By the
This-
following.
I could use your
Commonwealth
help finding
weaponry.
parts.
We need some high-tech shit. Hit up any army.
Sure.
Protect yourself. Protect your family. Now, Sheldon Allman wants his girl to crawl out through the fallout.
A chance to get inside the Institute. Incredible.
Everything's got to be on the same power grid. Otherwise, the machine won't work.
These appear worthless. Surely we can leave them behind.
You weren't there. At the switchboard? One day, the Institute's gonna kill us all, I tell you.
We need a metric ton of power to get this to work.
This isn't going to do anything without power. This isn't going to do anything without... power.
was Anything Goes by Cole Porter. One of the all-time greats. Here's Ella Fitzgerald.
Hey, man. Need help with the signal interceptor? This thing is gonna be huge. We'll finally learn about what the Institute's really up to, man.
Hey.
Hey, man. Need help with the signal interceptor?
Not sure how we're gonna...
That one's not bad. So radio stations... Hey, man. Need help with the signal interceptor?
How are we gonna build this control console?
Every lab...
Uh-huh.
Hey, that's a crazy man.
Mm-hmm.
Hospitals.
This belongs in the garden. Yes?
That was Big Maybell. There's a whole lot of shaking going on. And when you're as big as Maybell is, there's a whole lot of shaking going. To take a moment for something a little more personal than usual. As I'm sure you know all too well, I haven't always been the best at this job. Hey, let's face it, I've been pretty terrible. Thanks to the efforts of a few of my friends, I've decided to change how I look at things, how I live my life. I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the Vault Dweller for lending me a hand. I really do appreciate it. All right, folks, that's enough sentiment from me for today. Let's get it on back to the music, shall we? Here's Johnny Mercer, folks. Enjoy.
There's more going on than you know. Trust me. You gotta be careful, man. The Institute is everywhere.
Hey,
The boys have been working on some new toys. You wanna take a look?
I'll take a look.
Okay, here's what I got. Hey, I got everything you field agent types need.
Hi.
You need anything?
So you and Glory got assigned the same op. Compartmentalization is involved.
Everyone's all, you've been hitting the chems way too hard. But I got my eyes open. I see.
Excuse me.
You need anything?
Not now.
Aw, man.
Status report.
Not sure how long before it peaks.
The Institute is a huge unknown. Before we can make any plans, you need to do something. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret.
Patriot.
There's a man, or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. If your plan works, and you're able...
How can I contact him if you know nothing about him?
Patriot devised a method to communicate with us one way. The plan hinges on us using this method to close...
Okay. I'll do my best.
Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot's eyes only. Once he sees it, he'll contact you. Until you make contact, and probably after, you need to stay in their good graces. You need to infiltrate them. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm. How do I infiltrate them?
You're going to have to sell them a lie. It's best to stick as close to the truth as possible. And you're going to have to think on your feet. We don't know what's waiting for you.
This whole thing makes me uncomfortable.
We don't have a lot of options.
Uh-huh.
Stand on the platform and I'll give you...
Right.
Tom, talk to me.
This frequency is only going to work once. You know who doesn't make the same mistake twice. We're gonna have to cut a few corners with the skin. So stand still. You gotta lock in all those molecules of yours. Hopefully we won't miss any. There's only, 60 trillion of them. All right, feeding our baby some juice. Let's see what she's got.
Take this holotape. You need it to contact Patriot.
Oh, man, don't worry. That's all part of the plan.
Tom, do whatever you can to gain their trust. Lie. Tell them what they want to hear. Make up a cover story and sell it.
Come on, I think I got it. Establishing lock on the Institute signal.
Just get all the information you can. About synths, about the Institute's plans, Find their weaknesses. If we can disable or destroy the Institute, we may have to do it. You jack that holotape into any terminal, and Patriot will make contact. He has to.
Got the RF! We got it!
Find a way to save them. Nobody else can.
Now!
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Thanks to Connie Allen for that trip on Rocket 69. It's a two-seater.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
I'd like to take a moment for something a little more...
I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
I'm sure you know all too well. I haven't always been the best at this job. Hey...
Welcome to the Institute.
I've been pretty terrible. Thanks to the...
This is the reality of the Institute. This place,
I've decided to
these
change
people,
how I look at
the
things,
work we do.
how I live my life.
For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival.
Give me a hand.
Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground.
Sons are up next.
Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now,
Not like that old guy.
we must remain
Am I right?
underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes, it's me, your dad.
What's going on? Father?
Mm-hmm. Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here
I
now.
don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's so...
Sean, please, calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype.
Uh-huh.
Please try and keep an open... Let's start anew.
This is insane. All of it.
The degree of trauma you're experiencing right now is understandable. Please, just try to relax. I know this is all difficult to take in.
I want answers, asshole. Now.
Under the circumstances, I will forgive your vulgarity, but I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to... It's good to finally meet you. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. So they followed the best example thus far.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth. I am their father. Through science, we are fed.
60 years. So much time. Wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. For many years, with old age comes regret. And asking what if. But what else can I...
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the...
Uh-huh. You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a... The Institute took advantage of Kellogg. Institute technology prolonged his life. He never failed the Institute. But his cruelty became more... I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It's... What else can I...
Sure. So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director of the Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more. The Institute is on the verge of some... I've been a part of something... and now, after all...
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes. That is what I propose. The Institute can provide... You've been in the Commonwealth.
And this one sounds heavy.
I don't know what to do.
I realize that. It's why I...
Sure.
I hope that you can see that rationally. The Institute is the only thing left in the world. I simply ask that you give the Institute... We really do have... Will you take...
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is... You want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've...
It's hard to not suspect they were involved. Don't jump to conclusions, but...
It's an honor to have you here, sir. Father is more than just our leader. He is our creator.
Suspect our fair city is in danger, so you just sit back and enjoy some quality music, courtesy of Diamond City Radio. Handgun safety is an important issue here in Diamond City. Here's Bing Crosby's take on it with Pistol Packin' Mama.
Hi, Doc.
You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people doing...
No argument here.
Nice to meet someone who isn't I've been saying for years. Maybe you can talk some... In any case, perhaps a fresh Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this.
nominal.
Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Hey there.
Be on the lookout for unusual synth behavior.
Hell yeah.
Scanning. Subject identified. Nothing to report, sir.
Lawrence.
There's a lot of hubris around here lately, and I don't care for it.
It's stuck.
Operating at full capacity.
I wouldn't be here if not for your son.
Almost done.
I wish you could have known Father
Just
as we
need to
have.
tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive.
Excuse me, Doctor.
They
I
weren't
don't know.
kidding. You really
Most
are
of them
here.
have lasted long
Well,
past
all
their
right.
projected lifespans.
I'm Allie.
If you
Allie
ask me,
Fillmore.
they were
When Father
built
told
pretty
us
well.
about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much. If you don't mind my asking.
I guess I just wasn't ready to die yet.
Oh, that's understandable. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the... As you might guess, we keep the Institute's... We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to... There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power. The work we do might not be as exciting as... So, now that you're here and you spoke...
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted.
Sure.
If there's anything else you'd like to know...
It must be a challenge to me.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've... When necessary, we can... Fortunately, advance... It's a good thing, too. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes. I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go.
Terminal only.
Unit, you can return to duty.
Won't be able to hack this.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Come now, Alan, it could have been anything.
You're here.
Probably just
Glad you made it.
We're all looking forward to
Find motor control software to use an update.
If it were just a limb twitching, perhaps. But her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movement while sleeping can only mean one thing, Max. You just don't want to admit to yourself what it is.
If you're about to launch into one of your impassioned speeches about artificial sentience and machines with souls, don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. Write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, you know where to find the teleport.
Now just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Please don't get any germs on me.
Wanted distraction.
Excuse me.
Women of science,
Mankind
philosophy,
redefined.
do well to
Cat? Gee, isn't it?
Hey, Doc.
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third-generation synths are a true breakthrough. The culmination of centuries. It's no exaggeration.
What makes them superior?
The list of improvements is exhausting. Imagine what you could accomplish if you could live without fear of hunger or disease. Imagine what you could create if you could spend, like I said.
The synths are treating you well, I hope?
Doctor.
Ah, it's you. You're finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any... They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity. And they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves. Most of which I designed myself.
I'm thinking it over.
Well, I hope you do. If you require any...
Scanning. Unknown
You know
identity.
the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my...
Excuse me,
Pass
Doctor.
along your message,
Welcome,
Doctor.
welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
The only place I want to call home was destroyed a long time ago.
I'm truly sorry. You should know that many of us can see that you do.
Just a routine patrol, sir.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Hey.
Greetings, sir. If you encounter a hazardous chemical spill, please alert the facilities division immediately.
We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will...
Will there be any
Once
pain?
you settle in, I'll want to do a physical and get a file going.
Step at a time, Doc.
I meant it when I said... How about you take some time? I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still.
I am seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to
Excuse
knock some
me.
heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for.
It's an honor
Maybe
to
I
meet
should
you,
take some
sir.
courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't.
Hi, Doc.
So,
There's enough friction as it is
there
between
you are.
us and pretty
Justin
much
Ayo,
all the other departments.
Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you.
Here's the latest
We're going,
word on what's
despite your
happening with
relation to
Capital
Father,
One, folks.
I'm sure you understand.
Not content with sitting
Why?
quietly at the airport.
I'll be
the
honest.
president continues to
You're an
make waves.
outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little it's nothing personal. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a... Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings. As to why they're escaping? Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the... Now, unless you need something else...
Right. You mentioned that coursers undergo...
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific... Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and... We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative... Those who pass a final evaluation become...
Pardon me, sir.
Dr. Watson can be a little obsessive when it comes to rules and policies.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Hey.
I swear I spend half my time smoothing the feathers that Justin ruffles. We need to be able to collect.
A little friction between departments?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh, just listen to me. In any case.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare polarizer on you, would you?
This is government employee number.
Operating at full capacity.
Scanning unknown identities.
And remember, every symptom.
Our demand jumped another 5% this year.
Is it true?
I can't
Food
imagine
supplement
living on the
77 has been
Sounds
discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked.
He must have had some serious. Your message was only one word.
The railroad sent me to look for someone they call.
What? The railroad? And they gave me a code name? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
You saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in.
Sure.
With you in the picture, I have this idea, but we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense. I'm not sure if we could ever make the surface actually a decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to help, you know?
Nothing to report, sir.
Good. He's here. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. He's a friend. He's with the railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You. How do I know we can trust you?
Because the members of the railroad have dedicated their lives to fight for your freedom.
I find that hard to believe.
That's what the railroad does.
If you insist we...
Right now, how many synths want to escape?
The ones I know for certain? 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those
I would do anything for my people. It's no good. The old mate...
If I can find a way to open those doors...
Yes.
Liam.
Just a few high-security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right?
Of course I'll help you.
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Problem is, I can't even crack version. But if you could get me a pre-war admin pack...
Where would I find that?
Unfortunately, the CIT ruins were picked clean years ago, but some of the admins had to ask your friends in the railroad.
Your friend Travis here has yet to learn what this thing is for, but I can tell you, imaginations are
I wish
running
Quentin
wild.
would stop telling those stupid
Wackiest
stories.
version I've heard so far
Father
is that
is
this
more than just our leader.
thing
He is our
is supposed
creator.
to somehow contact the Institute. Now, I don't think I believe that, but if it's true, and whoever's building it can hear me, put down the wrench, friend. It'll only end badly. Anyone else out there knows what that thing does? You come see your old friend Travis Lonely Miles. I'll keep you up to date, as always. Next up is Big Maybell, bringing the house down with a whole lot of shaking going on.
Just as you gave life to Father, he gave life to many of us.
I would be happy to assist you.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to...
Doc.
I wonder how
Welcome.
the Warwick family
So
is
good
doing.
to have you here.
Young
Dr.
Wally
Clayton
must be
Holden.
close to 10 years old by now.
I can't wait for you to see
Remarkable
the work we're
that
doing.
any child can survive
it's truly
for
amazing.
so long up there, don't you think?
I'll reserve judgment until I know.
In that case, let me give you, as the name implies, the Bioscience Division. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being. To that end, we've even started to... You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything more exciting than fake gorillas.
Speaking only for myself, I find them fascinating. I'm sure I've taken up...
I'm an outsider. Would there even be a place for me?
Even if science is our project sometime, from what I've heard, in any case.
Tell me more about those.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in...
Director Holdren seems very taken.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising. So you were there the day the bombs fell. That must have been terrifying.
Hello.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Doctor.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted.
What kinds of blueprints?
Mostly components for a new plasma pistol concept. High-energy weapons are sort of... Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I really hope...
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do.
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems, Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth. Oh, before I forget, I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute.
Thank you.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, in case the significance is lost on you, if nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of...
Right.
Now, unless there's some...
Tell me about the...
I'm not sure what there is to say. Dr. Watson is... Dr. Orman...
Sure.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious phase?
Bet it's pretty boring down here, compared to up there.
Hi there.
Quentin is such a liar. How would he know what the surface is like? He's never been up there.
Emergency relay activated. Relay powering up. Ready in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relay online and engaging.
One more tomorrow, courtesy of Frankie Carl. Here's the latest word on what's happening in the Commonwealth, folks. Not content with sitting quietly at the airport, the Brotherhood continues to make waves. They've recently been seen cleaning up Fort Strong.
It's Bullseye.
Formerly
Bullseye's back.
Pam needs you in her room. Word is Diamond City is under opposition control.
To annex the location, or just wanted to get rid of the neighbors. I couldn't say.
Pam.
Whatever their
Confirming
reason,
presence of rogue variable. Dispensing data. Analysis completed. Based on conclusion. The instant stopgap solution.
Wouldn't killing the Courser blow my cover?
2 facts. Fact 1. If rogue variable leaves Railroad Alpha, has deemed this. Fact 2. Only agents of designated subclass Heavy capable.
Seems logical to me.
This unit's logic. Target designated Courser Alpha. Eliminate Courser.
Mm-hmm.
One more hour until my
Desdemona.
shift ends.
Oh, thank God.
Woo! See, Des, I told you the molecular stabilization matrix held.
Funny, you didn't sound certain yesterday. It is really, really good to see.
You thought I died?
I saw you disintegrate, right? Tom insisted you... I've never been...
I met with the leader of the Institute. And it turns out, he's my son.
What? Wasn't he just a little boy?
After they took him from me, they froze me in cryo.
Instead of being on ice for a few years, it's a few decades instead. The Institute's really done a number on you. Besides meeting your boy, did you meet Patriot too?
I met Patriot. His name is Liam Benet.
I knew you'd get the job done. We need every scrap of intel you picked up in there. Write up a full report on Pam's terminal. After your...
From one of those vaults? You got too many teeth to be a scammer.
Oh, another physician. Tell me, where did you go to university?
University? You're not serious, right?
Hey.
What? For you, I have time.
Your thoughts?
I am taking notes.
That's all for now.
As you wish.
I suppose
Okay, let's rest a second.
Want me back on deck, huh? I gotta admit, things have been pretty...
Can we trade a few things?
You doing a withdrawal or deposit?
We're actually going to do this. I don't know how yet, but we're going to rescue my people.
The business and good neighbor is concluded, right? The extent of our operation there is
Pam.
quite sensitive.
Preliminary analysis complete.
Anything we need to move on?
Affirmative. Codename Patriot requires admin credentials for Code Defender security software. Cross-indexing CIT security administrators with 2077 Commonwealth Census records. Filtering by surviving structures. One match found. Bergman. Wilfred. Bergman. Wilfred. Registered as co-owner of Cambridge Polymer Labs. Estimated 81% chance of login credentials being located at this facility.
I'll be going then.
After you get the password report back here. With any luck, we'll have a game plan by then.
We must talk. You are so very, very distracting. You know this, yes?
You're pretty distracting yourself.
I had a point. A reason. Oh, yes. My control of feelings is worse than before. And you are no help. With your teasing of poor little Curie. But it is not just you. Sometimes a simple compliment, nice hair, and other times, people suggest the strangest and most lurid things, and
Because you're so...
You are not making any of this. Oh, I must get a hand.
Hey,
You need some. What shall we talk about?
I wanted to make sure things were okay between you and me.
I enjoy.
Sure. That was it?
As you say.
Welcome to the Cambridge Polymer Labs. Employment opportunity.
Sure, I'm game.
Let's begin the interview. Due to increased demands for staff, question 1. Do you possess previous...
Sounds like you need me regardless.
Calculating test results. I am pleased to offer you the position of... Would you like the orientation?
Right. No, let's just move it along.
Due to staffing needs, we can
Sure.
Please follow me to the research lab so that you may begin your work. Complimentary beverages are provided for employees. Please label any food or cigarettes you leave in the break room.
Scanning for contamination. Contamination detected. Initiating decontamination.
I wonder, have they hired a maid? Good job.
Decontamination complete. Scanning for contamination. Contamination detected. Initiating decontamination sequence. Scanning for contamination.
Danny Kaye there singing Civilization. Folks, I'd like to take a moment for something a little more personal than usual. As I'm sure you know all too well, I haven't always been the best at this job. Hey, let's face it, I've been pretty terrible. Thanks to the efforts of a few of my friends, I've decided to change how I look at things, how I live my life. I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the Vault Dweller for lending me a hand. I really do appreciate it. All right, folks, that's enough sentiment from me for one day. Let's get it on back to the music, shall we? Now here's one that anyone can have trouble. It's all over, but the crying.
One must wonder, what causes the deterioration of these cool conditions? Hostile faces Engaging secondary defenses. Missile enemies have been dispatched. Is this worth anything? This world above one is exciting. Feeling of discussion.
Nice.
I suppose we should dispatch them.
Security's too tight. Sweet. There we go.
That was Billy Ward and the Dominoes. Now, folks, I'm sure you've all seen or heard about the latest issue of Public Occurrences. Some bold claims by our intrepid reporter. Since possibly living among us, undetected. Very serious implications. Wouldn't you agree? The mayor's office has, of course, issued a statement denying the validity of the article, saying all is well. The mayor himself insists that the fears raised in the article are unfounded. Good to know, I guess. But between you and me, listeners, I'm gonna keep my eyes open just to be on the safe side. Well, never a dull moment here at Diamond City Radio. Here's Grandma Plays the Numbers by Wanoni Harris.
have seen pictures of that. I feel almost at home here.
There we go.
Hey.
Do you need something from me? Here's what I have on me. Engaging evasive maneuvers.
And that, bless her heart, was Skeeter Davis. The Minutemen are making waves in the Commonwealth, folks. And that's good news for all of us. The latest word is that they've retaken the castle. From everything I've heard, it was no small feat to get them back under their control. There's some real monsters out there in the Commonwealth, folks. Now that they've set up shop, I'm told the Minutemen will be in a better position to help whoever in the Commonwealth might need them. That's good to hear, don't you think? Next up is Cole Porter with Anything Goes. Maybe not the best way to live your life, but you get the idea.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
May I be of assistance? Are you giving me a present?
Made it another day in the Commonwealth. Lucky us.
Heads up.
May I? Be of assistance.
Heads up.
Do you? Need something from me? I wonder what you have made now.
Louis Jordan, folks. Gotta love him. There are some recent rumblings from Good Neighbor. And I do mean that as something of a pun. Self-proclaimed legitimate businesswoman Bobby No-Nose has something of a reputation around the Commonwealth. A less than legitimate endeavor of hers. Except there's a bit of a twist. Bobby has very conspicuously disappeared. Word is, there's no trace of her in Good Neighbor. It's unclear at this time whether she actually pulled off the job she was rumored to have been plotting. Or, if some have suggested, she crossed the wrong people and won't be seen anywhere again. Ever. If you get my meaning. For anyone coming back to Diamond City from a trip out in the Commonwealth, this
We
one's
must
for you.
find the men of science and institutes of learning. Surely they are out there.
There's brotherhood, then there's everything else. Nothing in between.
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope. Looking to buy?
Let's see what you have.
Great!
Half of you know this already, but something so big, I can't ask people to keep it secret any longer. The rumor is true. One of our agents has made it inside the Institute.
Is this what Tinker Tom was working on?
Yes, Tom's work is related, but the device and the assembly was the Wanderer's doing. After the device was assembled, he made it inside the Institute, and then back out.
Where is the Institute?
We're not sure exactly. Best guess is that it's somewhere under the old CIT. But they've been using a teleportation device to get in and out, so it could be anywhere.
What did he find out?
I know you all have questions, but I've said everything I'm going to. But know this. The ops you're planning and running now are the most important of our lives. We have a chance at rescuing more synths than we ever dreamed of. So get it done. Excellent work. On our side, we've gone through your report. It was extraordinary. Our final analysis. If we stage a mass breakout, Patriots...
Sure.
Instead, we use this...
That's a bold plan.
We can't waste... The Institute will... So the heart of our talk with C-114.
Z1 seems capable of that.
We always thought... As much as we owe...
Right.
If he learns we're willing to kill to free synths, he may not have the stomach for it. So get what you need from him and then cut him loose. Good luck. We're all with you.
thinking how wonderful it'd be to get out of this infernal rain.
Excuse me.
Another settlement has sent word that they need our help. I'll mark the location.
Last time we talked,
Hi.
You've got to help. They've kidnapped my friend.
Who kidnapped him?
They said they'd be back.
Don't worry.
We asked the Minutemen for help. Just bring him back safe.
Yes?
Huh?
Are so... I believe you're supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things go in baggies for evidence. Combat is quite vigorous exercise.
Who's out there?
Nothing there now. What do you think?
Hey.
I don't know.
Who's there?
Must have a concussion. I'm fucking seeing.
Hope you enjoyed that last number.
Identity, the enemy.
Nothing.
Here's the kind of mercy,
Engaging
folks.
defensive countermeasures.
Playing games with me, huh? Getting wasted. Son of a...
Your pulse and vital signs are still within acceptable parameters.
You're still alive? Christ!
We must be careful. We don't want to tamper with evidence, yes?
Yes. That's it. Nice.
Come on, tough guy. Come on!
Yes.
Food on you better be worth it! You're gonna help me now, right?
Don't worry. I'm here.
Oh my god, thank...
There is a lot more of
Stay now!
Yahoo?
So that's it, huh?
As much as
Commonwealth justice for you.
Nothing stays hidden forever. At least, not if I have my say. Handy, aren't ya? What's the angle here? Maybe constantly trying to kill us, but the Commonwealth never lacks for excitement. fun out of dressing rivets and leather.
I knew you would help us.
If you're looking for armor, I may have something you can use.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Great.
It's getting late. We bivouac out here or find a place to stay. How can I help you, Knight?
Dance?
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
I just want to trade a few things.
Very well. Help yourself. Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger that.
Ray Smith, everyone. Hey, folks, time for some news. Though, actually...
Excuse me, Paladin Dance?
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
I'm sure many of you have
Not
heard
now.
tales
No problem.
of the railroad. A group working with synths were trying to escape the Institute. While it's impossible to say for sure, they may actually be out there. If so, makes sense that they're keeping a low profile. It's a dangerous idea and is met by some very mixed reactions around the Commonwealth. I guess if you are out there, good luck not getting caught. Now here's Worry, Worry, Worry by the Three Sons.
Do you need something, monsieur?
I'd like to travel together some more.
Then let us get on the...
You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Yes?
I don't know how to thank you for that rescue you pulled off.
You're welcome.
It's good to know we can...
A more clever robot would bugger off whenever the Brotherhood were out and about.
I think you should stay on point. Your instincts seem to be right on target. Yes?
The Brotherhood here.
We'd move faster if you kept your eyes on the road and off me arse.
Stay sharp. Don't let your guard down.
I rescued that kidnapped settler. We've got another settlement on our side now.
Good.
Sure, let me
Another
just
win
stop
for
what
the
I'm doing to
Minutemen.
talk to you.
If you've got time, I've gotten word about us. I'll mark it on your map.
All systems nominal.
Always be vigilant. We have many enemies. Engaging target.
Engaging in close combat.
You must die now, too.
Resuming combat operations. Your actions could result in injury. The enemy appears to be missing. Is this what is called a sea? Monsieur, enemies have been dispatched.
Hope you enjoyed that last number. You folks out there listening to Diamond City Radio have always enjoyed the radio plays, right? The ones about the dreaded Silver Shroud.
We must speak quickly. We cannot risk being... I've made arrangements. But, tell me.
Now it seems the adventure has
A better plan is to use this opportunity to rescue.
And I thought Mr. Benet's plan. Of course, I'd fight for my freedom. But enough to face all the guards? Yes. But we should be prepared.
dressing up like him.
You won't be alone. The railroad will fight with you.
Together, we have it. I admire Mr. Benet a great deal. I will talk to my friends.
Good neighbor resident Kent Connolly swears that he was actually rescued by this Tommy gun-toting hero. So I guess if you're out there and thinking about breaking the law, you might want to consider steering clear of it. Or else the Shroud might come after you. Next, we've got Bing Crosby with some advice that everyone can benefit from. Here's accentuate the positive.
You're gonna have to work pretty hard to impress anyone down here.
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ayo saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section.
Liam, I got your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver, you know? Hooking that ancient tech up to the modern terminals is going to be seriously time-consuming. Even so, hand it over and I'll get started.
Sounds like I was cleaning the terminal and it
This is a
good question. If we find ourselves, we can't risk any.
Would it be possible to rescue?
Those 13 synths are the only. If we push our luck and get the wrong synth involved, the whole thing.
Here you go.
Great. Listen, Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him enough?
Scanning. Subject identified.
Hey, Z1.
I asked my friends if they'd take up arms for their freedom. I was surprised at the number of volunteers. Perhaps once the fighting begins, many... But we will fight and die very quickly unless we have weapons. Given the right materials, we...
Go on.
The Institute's always expand. The mining equipment has been packed. Thanks to Mr. Benet, the construction crew is populated solely by my friends. How do you feel about...
I'll do it.
Thank you. After you eliminate to the SRB, and then...
Sir, we've had another situation. A code red.
What? This is the third time in 2 weeks. This is unacceptable. How can this happen?
We think there was a system glitch. If you need medical attention, see
You're
Dr.
all
Volker.
useless. I'll figure out. In the meantime, tell the others to be on high alert. I want more patrols and more rounds.
Right away, sir.
If you see anything remotely suspicious, immediately. It not happen again. Got it?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Greetings, sir.
Hello. Goodbye. I am a victim of violence. Need to terminate you in self-defense.
Still right there in the tunnel.
Hit sustained. Assessing damage.
Friend Travis here
Primary sensor
has
critically
confirmed what
damaged.
this thing is for.
Thank you, stranger.
But I can tell you, imaginations are
Leave now.
running wild.
Soon,
Wackiest
this
version
will all
I've
be
heard
under
so
wraps.
far is that this
Remember Z1's plan,
thing
everyone.
is supposed
Grab
to
everything
somehow
we can use.
contact people.
Now that we
The
have
crates
weapons,
especially.
next time you will not fight
Now,
alone.
I don't think I
We
believe
have
that,
little
but
time. It
if
is best
it's
you go.
true,
For
and
your
whoever's
sake.
building it can hear me, put down the wrench, friend. It'll only end badly. Anyone else out there knows what that thing does, you come see your old friend Travis Lonely Miles. I'll keep you up to date, as always. Now it's 60-Minute Man by Billy Ward and the Dominoes, right here on Diamond City Radio.
I hear we're about to get a new food supplement.
Hey, Z1.
You have done your part, and we'll do ours. Weapon construction will begin immediately.
Have any problems?
There's been no alarm. My friends have all the time they need to get with...
Uh-huh. Any news about Liam?
Liam's got his terminal working. I'll stall Liam as long as... You should avoid him if you can. If he had any idea what we're up to, I fear he'd report us.
Uh-huh. This is a good start.
The greatest challenge... So we're being very... For now. Please continue working with Father. We can't have...
Right.
When my people are ready...
Uh-huh.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
I've seen my share of think tank science labs.
Oh, I assure you. Ultimately, all our knowledge, unfortunately, as remarkable as our synths are, the superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will.
So it's like every other wonder gizmo ever invented. When will you eggheads learn?
Have faith. Let me show you how we deal with such problems. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, The Raiders have taken... I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia.
Who erased his memories?
Those idealistic radicals. We'll deal with them in time.
Sure.
Now you should get moving.
Mm-hmm.
Target located.
Don't use the line.
Hey. Over here. Is that all you got?
Mission accomplished.
Engaging target.
What was that?
You call this a fight?
Danny Kaye there singing Civilization. Now, folks, I'm sure you've all seen or heard about the latest issue of Public Occurrence. Some bold claims by our intrepid reporter. Among us, undetected. Serious implications. Wouldn't you agree? The mayor's office has, of course, issued a statement denying the validity of the article, saying all is well in Diamond City. The mayor himself insists that the fears raised in the article are unfounded. Good to know, I guess. But between you and me, listeners, I'm gonna keep my eyes open just to be on the safe side. Well, never a dull moment here at Diamond City Radio. Now here's one that anyone who's had trouble letting go can relate to. It's all over, but the crime.
If I ever need repairs, you seem more than capable with your tinkerings. It is hard to determine whether the surface is more or less susceptible to outbreaks, but a preparation plan is never a bad idea.
Smith, everyone. Here's a bit of news concerning the vaults of the Commonwealth. Some of you out there may be familiar with Vault 81. Nice place. They keep to themselves, not very social. Apparently they've suffered from some sort of disease outbreak in there. I guess maybe it's a good thing they don't open the door much. But I shouldn't make jokes. It was evidently pretty serious, and of course, we can all empathize with what they're going through. I have seen reports of some fatalities, but my understanding is that things are now under control. So if you should happen to bump into someone from Vault 81, don't worry. They're probably not contagious. Next is Orange Colored Sky by Mr. Nat King Cole.
What? Who's there?
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. We're not alone. Gotta stay frosty.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized.
He seems most...
What do we know about this
Let's
synth,
do this.
Gabriel?
You're gonna pay for that.
Sloppy tactics, bad. This won't take long.
Only a fucking coward!
The smooth sound of Diamond City Radio across
Playing games with me,
Commonwealth weaponry. Protect yourself. This girl to crawl out through the fallout.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X6. I've already...
I can handle these...
I have no reason to doubt if you take on...
Come on now! Jump!
I was sure there was something.
Billy Holiday, folks. Time for yet another slice of news from the Commonwealth, folks. Are you familiar with the old sailing ship stranded on top of a building downtown? Reports from the area suggest it'd be a good idea to avoid the ship at all costs. Now, believe it or not, you'll have to shift your gaze much, much higher. You heard it here. The ship somehow managed to become airborne and lodged itself in a different building downtown. How? Why? I suggest you just roll with it, folks. It's crazy, but it's true. Diamond radio for all places, no matter how weird. One of the greatest singers of all time. Hey, here's Ella Fitzgerald.
I'm gonna make this as painful as possible. I was hoping for a
There is
challenge.
something nearby. Identity unknown. Threat no longer detected.
Wait, did you hear something?
For the Brotherhood!
Engaging defensive countermeasures.
It's called shooting straight.
Your pulse and
Sloppy
vital signs are
tactics,
still
but I
within
guess it's
acceptable
clear after all.
parameters.
Designation X688. I've already...
He seems...
I can handle these raiders.
I have no reason. If you take... We're not alone. someone else here.
Over here!
All right, let's I think we're good.
Have you found something interesting?
Let's hope his grandma got the help she needed. Here's a bit of news concerning the vaults of the Commonwealth. Some of you out there may be familiar with Vault 81. Nice place. They keep to themselves, not very social. They've suffered from some sort of disease outbreak in there. I guess maybe it's a good thing they don't open the door much. But I shouldn't make jokes. It was evidently pretty serious. And of course, we all empathize with what they're going through. I have seen reports of some fatalities, but my understanding is that things are now under control. If you happen to bump into someone from Vault 81, don't worry. They're probably not contagious. The three sons are up next with Worry, Worry, Worry. Just something Travis Lonely Miles refuses to do. Not like that old guy. Am I right?
You're dead! Hear me?
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something...
What is it?
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, you'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by...
Put more simply, that's all, sir.
Well
Judging
done.
by your gear, I'm
Very
gonna guess
impressive.
you two are agents
Just
of the
like
Institute.
me.
So,
Made it to the
tell
top.
me, is the Institute so desperate for resources that it's stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs?
B592, initialize factory reset, authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
You okay? Gabriel, can you hear me? Shit, they did something to him! Take them out!
Wait.
Ain't nothing!
Nice work, sir. I'll take the synth back. This is X688, ready to relay with reclaimed synth B592.
Bingo.
You injured? It's a wonder you...
Actually, I need...
I suppose...
Uh-huh.
Desdemona has an op for you.
Systems locked. Building statistical model for Operation Tea Party.
That courser won't be bothering anyone again.
Mission's outcome correctly predicted. Reward for...
Right.
We got a lot of sense in play
That
right
was
now.
the 5
Makes
stars.
things really dangerous. Sorry, Tinker Tom's got me doing
Hey,
something.
Glory.
I traded some lead with a courser outside Dayton. Watch your six out there.
Are you familiar
We've
with
got
the
an
old
emergency.
sailing ships
Glory
stranded
spotted a
on top
courser
of
near
building
Dayton Safe
downtown?
House. Normally, we go to
Report
ground
from
at the
the
first
area
sign of a
suggests to be a
courser.
good idea to
We
avoid
hide deep,
Uh-huh.
because we can't abandon you.
These days, one must remain current on the
All
latest
that,
procedures.
if you spot a sick...
It sounds extreme, but we've paid dearly for that bit of wisdom. Every time a courser is spotted, death and destruction.
Can I lend a hand?
Yes. Ticonderoga Safe House has gone dark, and I need you to check it out. But if you do find a courser that...
I suggest you just roll with it, folks.
I'll head out.
Good luck. Glory, pick your team.
I could use the dog.
You
from one of those
my
vaults?
matter
You got too many teeth to be a
Grab
scab.
anything you need from Tinker
At it
Tom.
again, courtesy of Roy Brown.
Anything?
It's
Enjoy,
not
folks.
open season yet, but take what you need.
Oh, I will.
You gotta be careful, man. The Institute is everywhere.
Hi.
You need anything?
Show me what you got.
I will set you up, my friend.
Hey.
Mia, what shall we talk about?
Your thoughts?
These scenes.
Intruder identified. This is a restricted area. Your arrival wasn't in the mission briefing. This irregularity will be reported to Justin Ayo.
The SRB sent me to check on...
Mission proceeding according to plan. Ambush set for railroad targets. Prepared to reclaim any synths they possess. Use the stairs to leave. The elevator's been disabled by the second unit.
Operating at full capacity. All systems nominal. Nothing to report, sir.
Shouldn't the coroner be doing that instead? Oh, look! A secret base.
Scanning unknown identity. Clear.
There we go.
It's confirmed.
Use the stairs to leave. The elevator's been disabled by the second unit. Use the stairs to leave. The elevator's been disabled by the second unit.
Can't break the code.
Use the stairs to leave. The...
Now.
Expression of fellow synth verified. I regret any suffering you may incur. Please lower your weapon.
Engaging evasive maneuvers.
Targeting
Visual
sensors
contact broken.
systems offline.
Violence and
Shutting down.
Following Institute protocol. Eliminating hostages.
Resuming combat operations.
Powering up. Protector on duty.
I am equipped with defensive capabilities.
This work site has gone 0 days without an incident.
Someone is nearby.
Danny K there,
Perhaps
singing
they are
Civilization. Time for yet another slice of news from the Commonwealth. Are you
Enemies
familiar
no
with the
longer on
old
center.
sailing ship stranded on top of a building downtown? Reportedly, it has to be connected to a void at all costs. Now, believe it or not, you'll have to shift your gaze much, much higher. heard it here. The ship somehow managed to become airborne and lodged itself in a different building downtown. How? Why? I suggest you just roll with it, folks. It's crazy, but it's true. Tune to Diamond City Radio for all the latest news, no matter how weird. Now here's one that anyone who's had trouble letting go can relate to. It's all over.
Is someone present? It would appear.
Engaging in close combat. I can observe battlefield combat. Later, I will review these logs for relevant data.
H-222 made it out of the Commonwealth. It's a tradition to down a glass for your first successful run. Well done.
Ticonderoga was wiped out by coursers. No survivors.
All hands lost? God damn it, that's not the news I wanted to hear. Now we're in a race. Can we free the synth?
We've survived this far.
Here's hoping. With Tycon down, we're short-handed. If you could spare time from your primary mission, the...
Hey.
You need something from me?
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.
Excuse me.
I'm sure I have something you need.
Let's see what you have.
Great!
So a ghoul walks into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve ghouls here." Ghoul says, "That's fine." Is the human friend?
It's remarkable the things you can do with only 2 hands.
Maybe constantly trying to kill us, but the Commonwealth never lacks for excitement.
Hope you enjoyed that last number. Now, folks, I'm sure you've all seen or heard about the latest issue of Public Occurrences. Some bold claims by our intrepid reporter. Since possibly living among us, undetected. Very serious implications. Wouldn't you agree? The mayor's office has, of course, issued a statement denying the validity of the article, saying all is well done. The mayor himself insists that the fears raised in the article are unfounded. Good to know, I guess. But between you and me, listeners, I'm gonna keep my eyes open just to be on the safe side. Well, never a dull moment here at Diamond City Radio. Next up is Cole Porter with Anything Goes. Maybe not the best way to live your life, but you get the idea.
Nothing stays hidden forever. At least, not if I have myself. Most folks are just looking for a hand. All we gotta do is offer. Never thought a reporter could consider themselves a success until someone threatened their life. Me? I'm very successful. the angle here?
I know you'll achieve great things here. We all do.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task.
I don't care about who's to blame. I just wanted to stop a killer.
Yes, of course. It does matter, though. If everyone sees the instant, if we can put the lie to such... But enough about that. I couldn't have hoped for it. While you were away, you'll find all the basic... Go and have a look.
I can't express how truly humbling it is to stand in your presence.
Hey there.
Your quarters are just inside, sir. When you're finished here, sir, Father wants to see you.
Sometimes, I hide my dad's work notes just to mess with him. It drives me crazy.
Ah. Hello, Father. Tell me.
Uh-huh. That's a loaded question.
Institute property is not often taken from... The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing. They no doubt mean to free these synths. In their delusion that synths are some... You've been in contact with the Railroad.
They're crazy, thinking machines are alive.
Agreed. However, usually they are a minor nuisance. But I'm afraid we've reached the point where we have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire...
I'm not sure why you'd bother.
Aside from taking back our property, we must teach them a... But it's important that we... We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synth.
I'll act quickly.
You'll have a contact waiting.
I wish Quinton would stop telling those stupid stories.
That was Personality by Johnny Mercer.
Need something?
You folks out there listening to Diamond City Radio have
High Rise
always
was a good
enjoyed
man.
the radio plays,
So
right?
many good men.
The ones about the dreaded...
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
We've had them in
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's... Maintaining your cover is vital.
now has its very own...
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you.
With me working the inside angle, this is doable.
We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone. You'll probably have a Courser escort. You'll have to take them down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Is all this really worth it?
We can't afford this. It's a risk.
Feeling down? Here's Ella to put things in
Make sure
perspective.
you never fall here. It's all our asses.
Hey,
You need some. Always a pleasure.
your thoughts?
And where are the crowds?
Mm-hmm. So, how are we doing, Curie?
It is so hard to wrap my head around what I... Now...
Nothing else I needed.
Not a problem. Oh, Bunker Hill! I so wanted to visit. Do they have... These defenses are quite sturdy, yes? If I ever need repairs, you seem more than capable with your tinkerings. It looks quite defensible.
I've been waiting for you.
Watch your tone, Synth.
Next time, move faster. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. Mission's parameters just changed. We're going shooting.